Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speak Smart. Today we're going to take a deep dive into how computers are shaping our world.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating.
We've got so much research.
Oh, tons of it.
Yeah.
Expert opinions all over the place.
Get ready for a wild ride.
The club.
So it's not just about, hardware and software.
Yeah, right.
We're talking about the ripple effects of computers.
They're everywhere, on every part of our lives.
Yeah.
Even, shaping the future.
Big stuff. Okay, so where do we even begin? Computers, they're everywhere. What's the underlying thread that makes them such a driving force?
I think the fascinating thing about computers is what they do at their core. They process and store data,
Right.
but they do it on a scale and at a speed
Okay.
that is mind-boggling
Yeah.
compared to what we can do.
As humans,
Yeah, it's not even a comparison.
it's not even a comparison. It's like a snail to a supersonic jet.
Yeah, I like that. So it's not just about speed.
It's about a whole different way of approaching
Completely different.
problems and tasks.
It's like a
A
total
paradigm shift.
paradigm shift. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's dive into a specific area, education.
Okay, great.
One of the studies that you shared
Yes.
found that students using computer-based math programs saw a 20% improvement
Wow.
in their problem-solving skills compared to traditional methods.
That's huge.
That's a massive leap.
It is.
What's driving that improvement?
Well, that's the beauty of using computers in education. It's like you can tailor the learning
Okay.
to the individual
Yeah.
and provide feedback
Right.
that a teacher just
Yeah.
can't do.
Yeah.
Not with a whole classroom.
It's like having a personal tutor
Yeah, exactly.
for every student.
Mm-hmm.
But this goes beyond just classroom.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, think about communication.
Totally.
How computers have transformed the way we talk to each other.
Well, I remember back in the day, companies used to
Spend a fortune.
spend a fortune flying people all over the place for meetings.
Yeah.
Now,
Gone.
video conferencing, online collaboration,
Instant.
connect with anyone instantly. Doesn't matter where they are.
It's shrunk the world.
It really has.
It's not just business either. Think about families staying connected across continents. Social movements organizing.
all thanks to this instant communication.
It's incredible how information travels now.
Yeah.
But this interconnectedness also extends to business as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Our sources really emphasize how vital computers are
Yeah.
for modern companies.
They're essential.
It's almost impossible to imagine a business without computers.
I know.
So what are some of the most significant ways they're impacting business?
Well, think about it. Entirely new business models. E-commerce. Yeah. Companies can reach the whole world.
Global markets.
Global markets without any physical stores.
It's incredible.
It's crazy. And then there's marketing.
Digital marketing.
Digital marketing. Super targeted.
So efficient.
Efficient advertising.
It's amazing. And then there's automation.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
Computers are streamlining everything. Inventory management.
Customer service.
It's amazing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
It's all about efficiency.
Efficiency, yeah.
Wider audience.
Wider audience. Reaching more people.
The old way of doing business.
Gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Computers have completely rewritten it.
But it goes way beyond just business.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
The sources highlight their critical role in healthcare.
Which is life-changing.
Life-changing.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's really mind-blowing when you think about it. We're not just talking about
Electronic records?
electronic medical records. Yeah. This is
Way beyond that.
way beyond. Computers are analyzing medical images
Okay.
to catch diseases super early.
Wow.
They can personalize treatments,
Based on
genetics,
Yeah.
individual genetic profiles, and even
healthcare. Remote healthcare through telemedicine. Exactly.
it's incredible. So not only are they saving lives,
Yeah.
they're making healthcare more accessible for everyone.
For everyone.
It's amazing. And they're even changing the way we entertain ourselves.
It's true.
Remember those old clunky VCRs? There was just a handful of TV
Oh,
channels.
I remember that. Yeah. Thank goodness that's gone.
Gone. Now we have
Streaming service.
streaming services. Yeah. A universe of movies and shows and music.
At your fingertips.
All at our fingertips. And it's not just about passive consumption anymore.
Right.
We can edit videos, make music, design graphics.
All from home.
It's like having a production studio in our living room.
Amazing. And that creative empowerment goes way beyond entertainment. Think about science.
Oh, wow.
Computers are like turbocharging scientific discovery.
Really?
Like we've never seen before.
How so? Give me an example.
Well, They're analyzing these massive data sets in fields like genomics, astronomy,
Yeah.
simulating complex stuff.
Like climate change.
Wow.
And even designing experiments virtually.
Oh,
Saves so much time and resources.
it's incredible. So from mapping the human genome
Yeah.
to searching for life on other planets,
It's all happening because of computers.
it's really mind-blowing.
It is.
The financial world has been revolutionized too. Remember balancing checkbooks by hand?
Oh gosh. I try to forget those days.
Ancient history.
It really is.
Now we have instant online transactions, personalized financial tools, sophisticated algorithms that are managing our investments.
It's wild.
It's incredible. It's brought speed, it's brought efficiency, it's brought accessibility
To the world of finance.
to the world of finance.
Definitely a welcome change.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
And let's not forget transportation.
Oh, right. How we get around.
The way we get around,
Totally different now.
radically transformed
Yeah.
by computers.
We're not just talking about booking flights online here.
No.
Think about it. GPS navigation,
Right.
traffic management systems, and, even autopilot in airplanes.
Yeah. It's amazing how much we rely on computers to get us from point A to point B.
It really is. It seems like they've touched every single part of our lives.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And as you said earlier,
Yeah.
it's not just these little isolated impacts here and there.
Right.
They're all connected,
They all weave together.
creating a whole new fabric
Our society.
for society itself.
It's a world built on data, connectivity, processing power,
Oh
and it's evolving faster
yeah, way faster.
than we can even keep up.
It's hard to keep up.
It's hard to wrap your head around. But there's another side to all this progress. The sources discuss some potential downsides.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? There's always a flip side.
Yeah. What are some of the concerns that jumped out at you?
One that really got me thinking was over-reliance on technology.
Okay, yeah.
Are we becoming too dependent to the point where we lose essential skills? Like human skills.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think it's a valid concern.
Yeah.
I mean, look at navigation.
Right.
Before GPS, we had to rely on maps, landmarks,
Our own sense of direction.
yeah, our own sense of direction. Now we just blindly follow.
Those little instructions
Yeah.
from our devices,
Yeah. Some argue that's weakening.
our spatial reasons.
Spatial reasoning skills.
Yeah.
It's like we're outsourcing those skills to the technology.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of the point of technology, though?
It is, yeah. To free up our mind
For mental resources.
for other things. So I don't know.
So is it good? Is it bad?
It's hard to say.
It's a complex question.
Yeah. There are no easy answers.
I think it's about finding a balance.
I agree.
We need to use computers to our advantage,
Of course.
Good
Make our
on
lives
that.
better.
but
Yeah.
not become completely dependent on them.
Right. Not let them take over completely.
So how do we strike that balance?
Well, one of the sources suggested that in addition to digital literacy, we need to focus on critical thinking.
Ah, interesting.
It's not just about knowing how to use the technology.
Right.
It's about understanding when to use it,
Okay.
what it can't do.
So being a savvy consumer of technology,
That's the idea.
being able to think critically about the information we're presented with
Exactly.
and make informed decisions about how we use these tools.
Absolutely.
We need to be the ones in control,
In the driver's seat.
not just passengers along for the ride.
Yeah.
Another issue that came up was the digital divide.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
Not everyone has equal access.
Yeah, right.
No.
To computers and the internet.
And that creates all sorts of inequalities.
It's a huge problem. And it limits
Opportunities.
opportunities in education,
Yeah.
jobs, healthcare, even just connecting with people.
So it's like a whole segment of society is being left behind.
Yeah. In this whole digital revolution,
Right.
bridging that divide isn't easy.
I mean, we need to invest in infrastructure, make sure everyone has access, especially in underserved communities. We need to make technology more affordable and, provide digital literacy training.
Level the playing field
That's the goal.
so that everyone can benefit from these opportunities.
Exactly. Everyone deserves a chance.
While we're talking about potential downsides,
Yeah.
we can't forget about the environment.
Oh, right. Of course.
All those devices.
Yeah. Data centers, they use a lot of energy, a lot of resources. And then there's the whole
E-waste problem.
the e-waste. It's a mess.
All those old computers and phones end up in landfills,
And then all those toxic materials.
leaking into the environment.
It's a nightmare.
Are there any solutions to this?
Well, the good news is companies are starting to get it.
Okay.
They're designing more energy efficient devices,
Yeah.
exploring sustainable manufacturing, and there's this whole movement toward responsible recycling.
Okay.
So we can recover those materials, reuse them.
So it's not all doom and gloom,
Not at all.
but we need to be aware of our digital footprint.
For sure.
Make conscious choices about how we consume
Absolutely.
and how we dispose of technology.
It's on all of us.
But let's shift gears for a moment.
Okay.
Let's talk about some of the more mind-blowing applications of computers, like artificial intelligence,
It's fascinating to me.
AI. Yeah, it's a game changer.
Yeah, it feels like science fiction.
Totally.
Yeah.
Science fiction coming to life. We've got voice assistants in our pockets.
Yeah, self-driving cars on the roads.
And that's just the beginning.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The sources talk about AI in healthcare, diagnosing diseases, personalizing treatments, even assisting with surgery.
It's incredible. And finance. AI is being used for fraud detection, risk assessment, algorithmic trading.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
It's even being used in creative fields.
Yeah.
Like music and art.
Yeah.
Imagine computers composing symphonies, painting masterpieces.
It's both fascinating and a little bit
Unsettling.
unsettling. Yeah.
Does this mean robots are going to replace artists?
That's a question, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, AI can mimic human creativity to some extent,
Yeah.
but I think it's more likely that it's going to be a tool
A tool. Okay.
for artists.
So it's enhancing their abilities.
Yeah. Augmenting them rather than replacing them.
So a collaboration
A collaboration.
rather than a competition.
Right. But here's the thing. AI is only as good
Okay.
as the data it's trained on. So if that data is biased, the AI is going to be biased too.
That's a good point.
So it's really important that we're developing AI ethically
Right.
with transparency,
Transparent.
accountability. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about the values behind it.
The human values.
Exactly. The human values that guide it.
It's like we need a whole new set of rules.
Yeah, we do. We need to figure this out.
Yeah.
And as AI gets more powerful,
They're powerful.
these ethical questions,
Yeah. They're going to get even more important.
we need to think about transparency, accountability.
The impact on jobs.
Yeah.
And, the very fabric of society.
It's a lot to consider. AI has this incredible potential
Oh, yeah.
for good, but it also presents some serious challenges.
Absolutely. We've got to be careful. We've got to be proactive.
Yeah. And the sources also mention other emerging technologies
Uh-huh.
like quantum computing,
Oh, yeah.
blockchain. Could these be just as disruptive as AI?
Potentially. Potentially even more so. I mean, quantum computers,
Yeah.
they can do calculations at speeds that are just unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Compared to traditional computers, it's not even.
It's not even a comparison.
What kind of possibilities does that open up?
Well, think about drug discovery, material science, cryptography. It could revolutionize these whole fields.
So it's like a super brain that can solve these incredibly complex problems
Yeah, like that.
in an instant. What about blockchain?
Blockchain. Well, it's a way to store and share data securely,
Okay.
but it's decentralized. So
No central authority.
no central authority. It could change everything.
Like what?
Financial transactions, supply chain management, voting systems.
Yeah.
The possibilities are huge.
So it creates trust
Yeah.
and transparency.
A lot of potential there. I mean, it's a powerful concept.
It seems like we're just scratching the surface.
We are.
The pace of innovation is just incredible.
Well, it really is.
But I've been thinking,
Yeah.
we've been focused on how computers are impacting the world.
Right.
But what about the other way around?
Oh, interesting. You mean how the world is impacting computers?
Yeah, exactly. How are things like societal trends and cultural values influencing the development of technology?
That's a great question. It's easy to think of technology as this independent force, but really it's shaped by us.
It's a two-way street.
Exactly.
It's a two-way street. Yeah, a two-way street.
We were just talking about that.
Right. This whole interplay.
Between computers and society. Yeah, how they're shaping our world.
They're also being shaped by it.
It's like this constant back and forth.
Yeah.
This feedback loop. What's happening in society influences technology.
Influences the direction it goes. Yeah, it's not just this one-way thing. It's fascinating.
Totally. And our sources, actually.
Yeah.
They have some great examples of this dynamic in action.
Oh, I'd love to hear them. What kind of examples?
Well, think about privacy.
Okay.
Huge concern.
It is. Huge concern in the digital age. Data breaches and misuse of information. Seems like it's in the headlines constantly.
Probably too.
Yeah. Every other week, there's a news story about a company mishandling user data or a massive security breach.
It's scary. It makes you think twice.
It definitely makes you think twice
Yeah.
about your digital footprint.
For sure. But all that awareness, all that concern about privacy, it's actually driving the development of new technologies
Okay, interesting.
that are meant to protect our data.
So if people are worried about their privacy,
Right.
they're going to demand solutions.
Yeah.
And the tech world,
They have to respond.
they're going to respond.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things emerging from this?
Well, one thing, encryption tools.
Okay.
They're getting more and more
Sophisticated.
easier to use. It's not just for, and
The techie people
the tech experts anymore. Everyday people are using encryption.
to protect their information.
It's our personal stuff. So our data is becoming more secure
That's good.
because we're worried about it. It's a direct response
Secure.
to our concerns.
Interesting how that works. What else is happening?
There's this movement towards decentralized platforms.
What's that?
So instead of big companies
Okay.
holding all the data,
Right.
these platforms give individuals more control
More control. Okay.
over their own data. You choose what you share
Yeah.
and who you share it with, putting the power back.
Back in the hands of the users.
Exactly. In the hands of the users,
So we're pushing back
in a way.
against these potential downsides of technology.
Yeah.
And we're demanding more transparency and control.
More control. Yeah. We're not just
Passive.
passive consumers. We have a voice.
Our concerns are shaping things.
Yeah, they're influencing
How technology evolves.
how technology evolves. It shows you the power
Of society.
of society. Yeah.
So this back pressure from society
Right.
on technology,
Yeah.
is this a major factor?
I think it's already a major factor. We see it in the demand for
Sustainable.
sustainable technology.
People want eco-friendly gadgets. Companies are starting to take notice.
They have to. Consumers are. They're becoming more aware
Yeah.
of the environmental impact of all their devices.
Of their devices, yeah.
So companies are. They're having to adopt
More sustainable practices.
throughout the whole life cycle of their product.
So energy efficient computers, alternative materials, designing for circularity. It's not just about having the latest and greatest.
Coolest new thing. It's about the impact.
The impact, yeah. Consumers are. They're voting with their wallets. They're choosing products that match their values. Companies have to adapt.
It's a powerful
I
example
don't think so.
of how consumer demand can really drive positive change. And it's not just the environment. What other societal trends
Yeah.
are we seeing?
Oh, accessibility is a big one.
Accessibility, okay.
As computers become more and more essential,
Essential for everything we do.
everything, they have to be.
They have to be designed for everyone, regardless of ability.
Absolutely. We need to make sure technology is inclusive, that it empowers everyone,
Not just a select few.
not just a select few. It's about creating a digital world where everyone can participate
Participate,
and thrive.
while we're talking about
Yeah.
societal impact.
Okay.
One of the ideas that really stood out to me from the sources.
Was this notion that computers are becoming extensions of ourselves. It's like we're merging
With the digital world, the line is getting blurry.
between human and machine.
Yeah, more and more.
It's like we rely on computers for communication, for information, entertainment, work, even our sense of identity online.
It shapes how we think, how we interact,
Yeah.
how we see the world. It's really a profound shift.
It is. It really makes you question what it means to be human
It does.
in this digital age.
Big questions.
Big questions. Is this good?
Right.
Is it bad?
Is it just inevitable?
Or is it just inevitable?
It's hard to say. Like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. I think it depends on how we use it.
How do we navigate this then?
This new reality where the boundaries are so fluid,
Yeah.
I think it comes down to a few things. Awareness,
Okay.
critical thinking,
Uh-huh.
and a commitment to using technology for good.
So awareness of the potential benefits
Yeah.
and the risks. So we can make informed choices.
Exactly. Informed choices about how we live with technology, how we integrate it into our lives.
Critical thinking skills.
Yeah, to evaluate information, question what we're seeing, make our own judgments.
In a world of data, algorithm,
Algorithms everywhere. Yeah.
and a commitment
to using technology for good, to make the world a better place
For everyone.
for everyone, not just a select few.
Exactly. It's a tool.
That's it. It's a tool. We have to make sure it serves humanity, that it helps us create a better future.
I couldn't agree more. This has given me a lot to think about,
Me too.
this whole conversation.
It's remarkable how intertwined we are with computers.
Yeah.
And it's only
Get deeper.
get deeper and deeper.
Yeah. This feels like a good place to transition to the final part
Okay.
of our deep dive.
All right.
We've explored how computers are changing the world and how our values are shaping them.
Fascinating stuff.
But we're not done yet.
Not done yet.
In the final part, we'll dive into some even more mind-blowing possibilities and really grapple with some of the profound questions
It's a big question.
about the future of humanity in this digital world.
I'm ready.
So welcome back to our deep dive into the world of computers. We've covered so much ground already
Yeah, it's been quite a journey exploring how computers are changing the world.
and all the challenges that come with it.
Yeah, the impact it's having on what it even means to be human in this digital age.
We left off talking about this idea of computers becoming extensions of ourselves.
Yeah, like this merging of the human and the digital. It's both exciting and a little bit scary, right?
It really is. It makes you wonder what happens when those lines get even more blurred.
Between human and machine.
Yeah, exactly. Are we losing something or are we becoming more?
It's a big question.
Huge questions. What are some of the potential implications of this, both positive and negative?
Well, think about it. Imagine a world where we're all connected, like seamlessly sharing thoughts and ideas and experiences.
Regardless of distance,
Yeah, like a global hive mind
a collective consciousness
where all the barriers.
of time and space.
That's all.
It's incredible. And that could lead to amazing advancements in science and art, even problem solving on a global scale
Absolutely. Imagine harnessing all of that collective intelligence.
to solve the world's biggest problems.
Yeah, exactly.
But what about the downsides? What are the risks
Well, the biggest one is over-reliance.
on technology?
Yeah. What if we become so dependent on algorithms and AI?
That we lose our ability to think for ourselves,
Yeah, to think critically.
to make our own decisions,
What if we just become passive consumers of information?
rather than active participants in our own lives.
That's a scary thought. We have to make sure we're the ones in control, not the machines.
So how do we navigate all of this?
I think it comes down to awareness, critical thinking, and a commitment to using technology for good
Being aware of the benefits and the risks
so we can make informed choices,
about how we integrate technology into our lives,
right?
developing those critical thinking skills so we can question what we see and hear.
Not just blindly accepting everything.
Yeah, make our own judgments.
And most importantly, using technology for good to create a better world for everyone.
Not just a select few.
It's up to us to make sure it serves humanity, that it helps us build a more equitable and sustainable future.
Wise words. As we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what's your biggest takeaway?
I think it's that computers are more than just machines.
Yeah.
They're reflections of us. They amplify our capabilities. They shape how we see the world.
I love that. It's a reminder that we have the power to shape the future of technology, to guide it in a direction that aligns with our values.
So let's keep exploring with curiosity, with a critical eye, and with a sense of responsibility for the world we're creating.
This has been a truly incredible conversation. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive.
It's been my pleasure.
And to all our listeners, thank you for listening to Speak Smart. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this episode, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future deep dives
Yeah.
into the fascinating world around us.